Hi, I'm Carmel. This is Jasleen.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
Jasleen.
Jasleen. Congratulations.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you. So what are you looking for?
It was the day Emily had been waiting for, the day she would find the perfect wedding dress. She had imagined this moment since she was a little girl, flipping through bridal magazines and daydreaming about the gown that would make her feel like a princess. Today, she was at Kleinfeld Bridal in New York City, the most renowned bridal salon in the world, ready to turn her dream into reality. Emily had always been a romantic at heart. She envisioned a classic, elegant wedding with soft candlelight, delicate flowers, and a dress that would take everyone's breath away. She had a clear idea of what she wanted, a timeless ball gown with intricate lace details and a long train that would sweep the floor as she walked down the aisle. As she stepped into the salon, she was greeted by Randy Finoli, the charismatic and ever-so-patient bridal consultant. "Welcome, Emily. I hear you're looking for something truly special," he said with a warm smile. Emily nodded, her heart racing with excitement. "I want a dress that captures the essence of romance and elegance. Something that will make me feel like I'm floating on air." Randy led her to a selection of gowns that matched her description. Emily tried on several dresses, each more beautiful than the last, but none felt quite right. She was beginning to feel disheartened when Randy introduced her to a gown that stopped her in her tracks. It was a strapless ball gown with a sweetheart neckline, adorned with delicate lace appliques and sparkling beading. The skirt billowed out in layers of tulle, creating a dramatic effect. As Emily stepped into the dress and looked at herself in the mirror, she gasped. It was everything she had imagined and more. "This is it," she whispered, tears welling up in her eyes. Randy smiled knowingly. "I thought you'd feel that way. This gown was made for you." As Emily basked in the joy of finding her dream dress, reality began to set in. The gown was stunning, but it came with a hefty price tag, $12,000. Emily's budget was $8,000, and the thought of going over by $4,000 made her stomach churn. She confided in her mother, who had accompanied her to the appointment. "Mom, it's perfect, but I don't know if we can afford it," Emily said, her voice tinged with worry. Her mother placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Sweetheart, if this is the dress that makes you feel beautiful and confident, then it's worth every penny. We'll find a way." Determined to make it work, Emily and her mother discussed their options. They considered cutting back on other wedding expenses, such as the floral arrangements and the reception venue. They even thought about asking family members to contribute more to the wedding fund. But despite their best efforts, they couldn't come up with the additional $4,000. Just as they were about to give up, Randy returned with good news. "Emily, I have a surprise for you. The designer is offering a special promotion today. If you purchase the gown now, you can have it for $8,500. Emily's eyes widened in disbelief. "That's still over my budget, but it's much closer. Can we make it work?" Her mother smiled. "We'll make it work." With a sense of relief and excitement, Emily said yes to the dress. Weeks later, Emily returned to Kleinfeld for her first fitting. She was eager to see how the gown had been altered to fit her perfectly. As she stepped into the dress, she noticed a slight difference. The lace appliques were more pronounced, and the beading shimmered even more under the lights. Her mother and bridesmaids were in the fitting room, eagerly awaiting her entrance. When Emily emerged, they gasped in awe. "You look like a queen," her mother exclaimed, tears streaming down her face. Emily twirled, feeling the weight of the gown swirl around her. "I feel like one," she said, her voice filled with emotion. But as the fitting continued, a problem arose. The gown, though beautiful, was heavy and cumbersome. Emily found it difficult to move gracefully, and the long train tripped her up as she walked. She practiced walking down the aisle, but each step felt like a struggle. Her mother noticed her discomfort. "Sweetheart, are you okay?" Emily hesitated. "I'm not sure. I love the dress, but it's so heavy. I'm worried I won't be able to move properly on the big day." Randy, who had been observing the fitting, stepped forward. "Emily, it's important that you feel comfortable and confident in your gown. Let's make some adjustments to lighten the dress and make it easier for you to move." With Randy's expertise, The gown was altered to reduce its weight without compromising its beauty. The layers of tulle were thinned, and the train was shortened. When Emily tried it on again, she felt a sense of relief. The gown still had the same stunning effect, but now she could move with ease. The day of Emily's wedding arrived, and she was a vision of beauty in her gown. The ceremony took place in a grand cathedral, with soft candlelight illuminating the space and delicate flowers adorning the pews. As Emily walked down the aisle, she felt like she was floating on air, her gown trailing behind her like a cloud. Her groom, Daniel, waited at the altar, his eyes filled with love and admiration. When he saw her, he gasped. "You look more beautiful than I ever imagined," he whispered. Emily smiled, her heart swelling with happiness. "Thank you," she whispered back. The ceremony was a blur of joy and emotion. Vows were exchanged, rings were placed, and promises were made. As they sealed their vows with a kiss, the congregation erupted in applause. At the reception, Emily and Daniel shared their first dance as husband and wife. The gown moved gracefully with her, and she felt like she was in a fairy tale. The weight of the dress, once a concern, now felt like a symbol of the love and commitment she had found. After the wedding, Emily received countless compliments on her gown. Friends and family marveled at its beauty and elegance. But Emily knew that the true beauty of the dress wasn't in its design or price tag, it was in the way it made her feel. "I felt like the best version of myself," she said. "The gown gave me the confidence to walk down the aisle and start this new chapter of my life with grace and poise." Looking back, Emily realized that the journey to finding her dress was more than just about the gown. It was about the support of her family, the guidance of Randy, and the love she shared with Daniel. The dress was a reflection of all those elements coming together to create a perfect day. And as she looked at her wedding photos, Emily smiled, knowing that the gown had indeed stolen the show, not because of its price or design, but because it was the dress that made her feel truly beautiful.